Kalimera to all the urbanists out there. Right now, we are in the beautiful island of Crete in Greece. We are in the capital, which is Heraklion, Iraklio, as they say in Greek. And we are taking a double-decker bus tour around the city, the old city walls that we're seeing right by us at the moment. We're passing by many major museums and enjoying the views of beautiful Crete. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel, and this is Urbanist. I explore cities all around the world. I give you vicarious adventure, so you can enjoy the world from the comfort of your own phone. Some people love watching my shows to actually see these places, get acquainted with them before they come themselves, or decide if they want to come or not. Some people watch because they're unable to travel for whatever reason, and they like the vicarious travel. So let me know where you're watching from, and let's go explore Heraklion. So Heraklion is located in the island of Crete. It's the capital. It's where the biggest port is located, where you can take all the major ferries here to islands like Santorini, to Athens, to other major islands as well. And Craig says, I'm missing Greece so much. Where are you going to next? Oh, you gotta stay tuned. Greece is the focus of my trip this summer. So we are on the hop-on, hop-off bus tour for Heraklion. It's the only tour company available here for a double-decker bus tour. It's €20 for adults, a bit less expensive for children. And we are right now on one of two main lines that they have. I'm on the red line, and the red line I think is about 60-minute bus ride total. It stops at the major stops, including all the major museums, many of the major museums, and also at the archaeological site of Knossos, which will be my destination for this bus tour. So we're going to enjoy stops basically 2 through 9. Hello, John. Hello, Colleen. Hello, Dwayne. Welcome. Nice to see you here. So, Heraklion to me also looks like Puerto Rico. Except for these type of tunnels. This is not really Puerto Rico, but the rest of the architecture feels exactly like Puerto Rico to me. It's crazy to think that Crete is just slightly smaller than Puerto Rico. It's about 400 square kilometers smaller. It's almost about the same size also as the island of Long Island, which is Queens, Brooklyn, Nassau County, and Suffolk County in New York City. However, the population here is much smaller. Puerto Rico has a population of 3 million people. And this type of density you see a little bit more frequently in Puerto Rico. And not just Heraklion, maybe Hania, and maybe Timon, which is the other major city. Hello, James. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Kay says, thank you for the postcard. I received it earlier today. Oh, I'm so happy, Kay. That's awesome to hear. All right. The sun is beaming on me. Time for a hat. Dwayne says, are the buildings colored lightly in order to keep them cooler in hot weather? It's a good question. A lot of these are concrete construction. These are what the Greeks call the polykatakias, which is a literal translation means a multi-family building or apartment building. However, it has since developed its own style with the huge balconies. Usually there's some type of business in the lower level. In this case, this is weird. I really don't see this in other major cities around the world. There's gasoline stations embedded into the apartment buildings. Let me know, would you live on top of a gasoline station? Well, aside from gasoline stations, there is cafes, grocery stores, restaurants, tavernas, bars, hairdressers. But this is all made out of concrete. Now, the light color, I'm not 100% sure. I would say partly it's due to keep it cool, but partly I think it's also due to cost. These were all made relatively low cost and in massive heaps of construction. So similar to the brownstone in Brooklyn, where they were all constructed in huge swaths at the same time. Same thing here in most of major Greek cities. Miss Meow says, what time is it over here? It's about 11 a.m. Isabel says, I received my postcard on Monday. Oh, so happy a lot of people are receiving their postcards. That's awesome to hear. Miss Meow, welcome. Hello, Charlene. You're in South Lake Tahoe. Never been past Reno. Ooh, that's awesome. I hope you do get to travel at some point. Nevada definitely has some interesting sites. There's different sites close to you as well. Sue says, where are we? We are in Heraklion in Crete. Almo says, do the sirens make you homesick? Not really. I get this comment every time I spend a long time away from New York, and the comment usually is, oh, do you miss New York? I bet you're getting homesick at this point. Oh, do you wish you can go back? And to disappoint many viewers out there, no, I do not miss New York. I love New York, but I don't miss it at the moment. I'm loving Greece. And I could do without too many sirens as we have in New York all the time. Hello, Zekoslav says, is this really live? No, this is not live, Zekoslav. I've developed over the years the power of foresight, learning from the ancient masters, from the skyscrapers of New York to the mountains of Chamonix, France. And through rigorous training of the psychic arts, I have developed the ability to know exactly who will tune in and where, to fool them to thinking that this is live. So yes, Zekoslav, hello from the past. And hello to you too, Barbara and April. And also Mary. And also Robert and John. And Yorgos, you too. Hello from the past. And the 9. And also have to say hello, of course, to Kostas, too. So thank you for tuning in. Zekoslav says, oh, okay, so it is pre-recorded as I thought. Yes, Zekoslav. I heard, Wayne says, I heard air conditioner was invented in Middle East. Did they use ancient methods? Oh, Dwayne, that's a great question. You know, I haven't been to the Middle East yet. I haven't had the chance to really explore the history of air conditioning, so I don't know off the top of my head. Right there in the distance, we see the mountains right by Heraklion. The interior of Crete is very, very mountainous. I think that's why Crete, the population isn't that big, and it's due to very tough terrain once you go into the interior of the island. Diesel says, wait, I just realized I'm in the past, 7 hours ahead of me. I am indeed. You are indeed in the past. I am indeed in the future. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like it. It's sunny here in the future. But yes, I am indeed 7 hours ahead of Eastern Time. Zeklosov said, first time I was in Heraklion was in 1978. Oh wow, it must have been very different back then. Lots of tourism infrastructure nowadays here in Crete. Heraklion is a touristy city, though it's not as packed with tourists as I noticed that Hania was. Pierre says, Kalimera, we are going to Rhodos this evening. Rhodes in English. You're watching from Sweden. Hey, Pierre, that's so awesome. Enjoy Rhodes. I hope things have recovered. I canceled my original plans to go to Rhodes due to the fires, which were very sad. But if things are getting better, maybe I'll reconsider going myself. But I'm so happy you're heading out. And it's interesting to see so many Scandinavians travel to these part of the islands of Greece. I guess because they've had great airfare connection for a very long time. Janet says, what was for breakfast? I had what was called the koulouri. Koulouri is basically like a huge samit. It's like a bagel, but it's much bigger, rounder, a little bit less bread. And usually the koulouris here are stuffed. And I got myself a koulouri stuffed with like a soft Cretan cheese with chunks of turkey. It was really good. Good, simple breakfast. And a freddo espresso schietto, of course. I love the palm trees. Palm trees are very rare. They're hard to sustain in mainland Greece. I'm not sure how they're sustaining them here. Nicole says, how does Heraklion compare to Hania? So Heraklion, as opposed to Hania feels, especially the old town, feels like a tourist city, tourist center. It's like going to Midtown Manhattan. Or Midtown Manhattan might not be the best example, but it's like going to the middle of Boston or the middle of Paris. It's mostly touristic. Or like Florence, I think is an even better example. But Heraklion feels more like an actual city. So it feels more like a Naples or Milan, because it's an actual city. People are actually doing business here. There's offices, and it's not just tourists. But it's a little bit more rugged too. Wow. Well, this is nice. The Cretan countryside.
Γνώσες πάλας βάστε.
Hey, you dropped your ticket. Do you need it? You dropped your ticket. One of you guys, yeah, no problem. So here's the hop on, hop off bus tour I took. So that was way quicker than I expected. I actually thought it would take a little bit longer to reach Knossos. So Knossos is a pretty quick drive away. Walking, this would have taken an hour. But here is the bus tour. Bad service. So shaky service here. This is the bus tour I end up taking. I end up coming here to Knossos. There's a little bit more to see around here. But we basically went from here. No, I think we went from here all the way around here. And then there's just a tiny little bit more of the bus tour right here. So we saw about 70% of it. Passes every 60 minutes. Or no, this passes every 30 minutes. That's awesome. And then there's a second line passes every 60 minutes. So it's a red line and a purple line. I earlier said blue, so this is purple. And they have a timetable. Oh, this is good. Not all bus tours offer a timetable. This is awesome. I'm glad that they added this because some bus tour companies have no timetable, so you kind of just have to guess when they're coming. And I usually don't use a hop on, hop off bus tour for hopping on and hopping off. I usually use it to just do one ride, get to know the city, maybe go on the second line or the third line if they have one, and then get to know more of the city, and that's it. And then just do the rest on public transportation or taxi. But in this case, since they do have a time schedule, it's convenient. So I'm going to use the hop on, hop off feature. Now we are in the area of Knossos, and Knossos is the ancient Minoan city. Up to 100,000 people have lived here potentially. And we are gonna go inside, but I'm going to do a different live video so I can walk inside, pay my ticket, and then find if there's good service inside there. Well, we can see that this is already filled with a lot of tour buses right over here. Beautiful mountainscape. And I'm just loving it. All right, let's walk towards the entrance of Knossos. Let's see how it is. Mr. Brand says, I miss Greece, but the first trip I'll probably take is New York. Oh, yeah. New York is wonderful. All right, the entrance is this way. So one of the very first civilizations of Europe was the Minoans, dating back to the 3000s BC. Quite a very old civilization. Of course, there were people here many thousands of years ago before then, but the Minoans is what you can consider a civilization that had a writing system. First hieroglyphics, then a writing system called Linear A, and they also had commerce, trade, seafaring, and huge buildings and pretty big cities for that time. And whoa, I think I just may buy my tickets online. So pro tip, ooh, postcards. I'll come back for those. Pro tip, ladies and gentlemen. You see this line? People here waiting in the hot baking sun. You don't need to do that. Go online and buy the official tickets to Knossos. I don't know the website name. The website names are a bit hard to decipher. So do a good Google search, find a few different sources and try to find the official website. Usually they'll have like a marker saying the Greek Archaeological Society or I gotta start learning these names, but I'll tell you the official governmental institution that runs the archaeological sites here in the country. Do that, and you don't really need to wait in line. This is the same case with the Acropolis. There's a website where you can buy all the tickets for most of the sites in mainland Greece just from one official website. But unfortunately, it's not acropolis.com. Nor do not buy tickets on Viator or get your guide in this instance, because it's better, or don't buy it from secondhand sources because they might charge you maybe like $5 more. I don't think you'll get too ripped off, but they might charge you extra, and it's not really worth it. Just do the official website. Right here, look at that. All right, I'm gonna go inside. I'll see you in Knossos very, very soon. The ancient Minoan ruins. I'm so excited. I'll let you know how it is. Stay tuned live in about 30 minutes or so. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Yassas.